Hello again. The Meyiwa murder trial has wrapped up for today and will resume on Monday. Today's proceedings were dominated by testimony on phone records. SAPS cell phone data investigator Lambertus Steyn testified that Meyiwa's phone received a call after 10 p.m. on the day of the shooting while he was admitted at the clinic's Buthelong Hospital in Vosloorus.
11:55. He did receive a call from the number 28 while the phone was at the clinic Vosloorus.
Kanti-ke okunye engithanda ukubonisa enkantolo ukuthi wathola-ke i-call ngaleso sikhathi isikhathi lesi esithi 22:11:55 seconds. Kanti-ke sengithi nge-26 ka-October 2014 iqhamuka kuleya nombolo-ke ethi 2782 ngaleso sikhathi ube khona laphana e-clinics e-Vosloorus.
Steyn says a SIM swap was done on Meyiwa's cell phone number the day after his murder.
My intention is here to prove to the court the SIM swap which was done on Senso's phone after the incident.
Manje-ke injongo yami okanye inhloso yami ukubonisa inkantolo ukuthi kuyokwaba-ke nalento ebizwa i-SIM swap okanye ukushintsha-ke kwelokhu njani-ke kwe-SIM card kule foni eka-Senzo emva kwesigameko.
Linda Mnisi joins us now for a debrief. He's been attending court for the past week. So, Linda, let's take a look at what Steyn said, especially in terms of accused number 3, saying at the time of Senzo Meyiwa's death, he had dreadlocks.
Indeed. You'll remember, Dudu, that the description that has been given by some of the witnesses that have come to testify in court, particularly when you look at the evidence that was given by Zandi Khumalo, as well as, Muketi and Tabiseng Muketi, who was on the stand and finished testifying just yesterday, they gave a description of someone who had dreadlocks. Zandi Khumalo saying that one of the intruders in the house had dreadlocks. And, Tabiseng Muketi also saying that while she was seated in the car, one of the gentlemen that ran towards the direction of the park also had, dreadlocks. The state today revealing through its state witness, Colonel Steyn, pictures that were obtained from a cell phone that was found in possession from Ngube, who is accused number 3, that's Mtobisi Ngube. You'll remember he was arrested around 2017 for being in possession of a firearm, and that case, of course, was at the Cleveland police station, and among the things that were found in his possession was a cell phone. He was then asked, that's Colonel Steyn, to go through the phone to find whether there weren't pictures of Ngube having dreadlocks. He then goes and depicts or beams those pictures in court, where he identifies certain pictures as early as the day before Senzo Meyiwa was killed, where he says he appears to have dreadlocks, and even on the day that Senzo Meyiwa was killed, he also identifies those dreadlocks.
So, Linda Mnisi, Colonel Steyn has linked Kelly Khumalo to accused number 1 and accused number 5. So, with the Ngube, whether he had dreadlocks on the day or not, has he been identified through these cell phone records to any one of the people that were in the house?
Well, you'll remember that Colonel Steyn started today with painting a picture of the links. I think we've already established from his testimony yesterday and today that there was communication between singer Kelly Khumalo, who also had a child or has a child with Senzo Meyiwa. But he goes on to paint a more clearer picture, or rather points a picture of links between Ntuli, Fisokuhle Ntuli, who is accused number 5, represented by Advocate Mshololo, and the other accused. He's linked them, saying that there's been calls between Fisokuhle Ntuli as well as accused number 1, Muzigao Kulelwa Sibia, going as far as saying accused number 2 and 3, except for accused number 4. So what Colonel Steyn has been able to establish is that there's been calls between Ntuli, who is accused number 5, as well as the other accused 1, 2, 3, who, of course, are in the dock with him. It paints a picture, of course, of, possibly the accused knowing each other. But, of course, this is still evidence in chief, and that is still to be challenged during a cross-examination. But it also takes us back, Dudu, to when, you'll remember, accused number 2, Bongani Ndanzi, saying that he knows, accused number 1, who is Muzika Ukulelwa Sibia, but has seen Ntuli around. Ntuli being Fisoguhle Ntuli. He's seen him around, and now for the second time we're hearing of these links. Earlier I heard you referring to Senzo Meyiwa's cell phone, which was a SIM card rather was conducted on that particular phone just after he was shot. In fact, the following day. And what we heard in this court is that a SIM swap was indeed conducted the following day, and the new SIM card appears to have been used in a device that belongs to a David Matebula. And the state witness continues to tell the court that it appears as though there were calls after Senzo Meyiwa was killed between Kelly Kumalo and that device that was owned by David Matebula. There were 8 calls, but it's unclear who could have made the call, because, of course, he makes reference to that forwarded call that he's been speaking about throughout his testimony. So he continues, of course, to paint a picture of what the cell phone evidence may have shown or has shown to them.
At some point, Linda Mnisi, the defense advocate or defense counsel advocate Mnisi took exception with what was being said by the colonel. What was that interaction about?
Well, you'll remember that throughout these proceedings, Dudu, the defense gets to listen to some of what is being said by the witness and the line of questioning that is put to the witness. So, time and time again, you will hear the defense standing up objecting similar with what the state has been doing. One of the interactions that they had today, which of course they just said no to and not necessarily objected to, was, the viewing of that picture, the judge making sure that everybody was satisfied that they could see the picture that was being spoken about in court. This is now in reference to the picture where Chobisi Ngube has dreadlocks, that he's been identified by Colonel Stain. So all of the accused in the dock saying that they did not want to see, they did not want to come close to the screen. They could see the picture was visible, similar to what the defense said. They said that they've got the document, although the pictures are in black and white, but they could see what was being depicted and beamed through the court to do.
Okay, Linda Mnisi, thank you very much for that. Court resumes on Monday. It has adjourned for today.